All right, we're doing a short video. We're changing the oil and tuning up our Toro lawnmower. So I got this little kit at Home Depot, and all right, so we've got our lawnmower going here. It's a Toro 6.5 horsepower recycler, and we are just getting ready to take things off the bottom here. This is the lawnmower blade screw. Once that comes off, we need to take this plate off because the plug for the oil is it's right here. So this plate will be in the way, so we'll take it off too. All right. One thing you want to notice is which way the blade is curving. It always curves up because the recycler, these parts recycle the grass, they mulch the grass, and that wants to come up and hit on the inside of here. So don't put your blade in upside down when you're done. This blade looks pretty old. It's got some good divots in it, so we might replace it when we get done. All right, the blade's off. A little silly. So this screw, which was holding this plate in, right? If it was this way, it's actually one of the screws that holds the engine on, and I don't want to take the engine all the way out. So I loosened this upper screw, and then I took this screw out, and I took this panel and I just slid it out of my way so the plug is free. All right, so now I can see the plug. So now we're going to take this and mount it up onto a set of sawhorses so we can pull this plug out and empty the oil. Okay, so I just used a couple of sawhorses I have in my garage. I put up the lawnmower, and now you look underneath here, you can see there's the oil plug, and I just want to make sure that when that thing starts dripping oil, that I've got my oil pan here, kind of got it propped up in between the legs of the sawhorse. But that'll give me a good chance to drop that oil and not drop it all over the garage floor. Just about have it out, so I'll just unscrew this. It's going to start dropping like crazy. So here we go. Yeah, fill it up. While that oil is draining, there's a couple other things you need to do. You need to switch out the spark plug, and you need to change out the air filter. You can see we have a spark plug, air filter, oil, and fuel stabilizer, but I probably won't use that today since it's spring. I should have put that in last winter if I was going to use it, but this is what we're going to use, so let's get it opened up. All right, there's the contents. There's a spark plug and a new air filter, nice and clean, and there's some lawnmower oil. Now, we're only supposed to use 20 ounces, I think, or maybe it's 18. This says 18 fluid ounces, so maybe that's the right amount. And let's get going. The air filter first. It's pretty easy. See, it says rotate to remove. So you just rotate this in your hand. You see this tab will come up. There. This one's pretty dirty. So if I can pull it out with one hand while I hold the phone with my other hand. Yeah, he's pretty messy. That's why you want to replace them once a year. That one can come right over here and go in the trash. Bye-bye. We'll tap out some of this. Yeah, make sure that's pretty clean. And disconnect your spark plug, because you certainly don't want that on there. And then this new one fits right in, just like that. Okay, so you just slide that into place like that, and then twist this back the same way you twisted it on. And that's it, your air filter's in. Okay, spark plugs next. First of all, this area here, this is your cooling vents for the motor. So if that's dirty on your lawnmower, you should probably take a brush. Mine doesn't look all that dirty, at least not to me. But probably take a brush and get in there and brush out what's there. This brush is probably a little too short a bristle. Longer bristles would be better. It's just, if you don't see anything there, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Pull your spark plug wire off, like I did. and then just get the tool on here to take that off. We'll do that next. Okay, so get that set up. Just put it on there. Make sure you're turning the right way and turn. Probably just a couple turns and take it off, and you can take it off the rest of the way like this. And there you go. Okay, new spark plug, nice and clean. All right, just the way you like it. And since this is in a tuning kit, I'm assuming it's gapped properly. Can't imagine that they wouldn't gap it before it comes. So that's good by hand. Just take my wrench, turn this around. Maybe about that far, that's probably good. Okay. Oil is not dripping anymore, so that's good. So now I can put that oil plug back in. Here's my nice clean oil plug. Can you see it? There it is. And then we can go ahead and fill it back up. Okay. Plugs back in, and we can see it. Notice how deep it goes. You want to turn it so it's tight, and give it a little bit of pressure. Don't leave it light. And when you do that, by the way, that plug comes off with just the socket piece of your wrench. So I put an extender on just to make it easier. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention. When I started draining the oil, I actually unscrewed this first and just left it like that. And that way there's airflow and you're not causing a bubble inside, and then it flows better. Got the lawnmower down and back on its side again. I'm just going to double check this plug. And yeah, he's nice and tight, so that's good. All right, and we got this to put back in there. So I'll take this and I'm going to set the phone down here. Slide this over. Might have to loosen it a little on this side first. So let me do that. Right, so sliding this back into place, just like that, and then these hoses, or these, the belt for the drive channel might need to be kind of squished down so you can get that down to where that's flush, and then we can put the screw in. All right, that's nice and tight, and this one up here, he's nice and tight. And I know I didn't take it off, but maybe I'll clean this one off a little bit and just double check him. He should be nice and tight. Yep, no movement there. And that's a different size screw, but I haven't messed with that guy, so I'm sure he's okay. All right, and a brand new blade. These are about 20 bucks at Home Depot. Don't go to Lowe's if you own a Toro. They don't carry Toro, at least not in my neck of the woods. Put the cover plate on, have the bolt in place. See if I can do this one-handed. Slide that in there. Start to screw the piece in. Yeah, there we go. So that's looking pretty good. Alrighty. And we probably want to make that a little tighter. So I think that's a 16. I had a 15 and a 17 socket, so I just went out and grabbed my crescent wrench, tighten that on there. We might need to block a little bit. Yeah, let's see if I can set a block. Let's see here. Got that block set there to hold the blade. Yeah, I'm able to turn this just fine. That's good. Okay. All right, blade's on. Now we just need to add oil and fire her up. Okay, what I want you to notice here is that there's actually a marker on here. It says full or add, and then that hashed area is okay. That's the oil stick. So when you fill your oil up and you put this back down in there and pull it out, you should see that oil in between those two spots. Looks like there's a little residual dirty oil there. I'll wipe this off and I'll fill it. Okay, smart people have a funnel. I don't have a funnel. So just let that finish out a little bit more. You just have to pour slowly so it doesn't like come back up the top. All right, and I'll put the stick down. And I always screw it down just so it's where it would sit. Unscrew it, bring it back up. And let's take a look. Looks like I'm within that. See if you can see that. I'm within that okay area, and so we're good. This guy's ready to go. That's my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and happy mowing.